I think I may have come to a sort of realization recently. Well, not recently, today, a few hours ago. Now, I've come to the realization that maybe why I don't like certain people in my freaking college classes and stuff is because of unco- uh, unconscious self projection in a way. So like aspects about yourself that you don't like, but you see, but you like unknowingly project it out to certain people, and there's maybe that's the reason why you don't like a certain person in a class is maybe because the reason is because you see yourself in that person. Always some aspects about that person that remind you of yourself that you don't like. That's what I'm trying to get at today. At least in this little journal video. So I may have come to a sort of realization. Now, to give a little context. So, I've been going to college. This is gonna be this is my third semester in college right now, and while this may have started back in my first semester, I think now looking back on it now this whole thing started in my second semester, and then it was amplified more in this semester. So there's a I'm obviously not gonna name names, but there was this girl in the first instance that isn't the first semester. In the second semester, the instance was this student, this female college student, who one has speech impairment. At least that's what seemed obvious to me. Two, she constantly interrupted the class and tried to talk over the teacher, interrupt the class, and try in very broad terms to give more context or to give comment about various historical stuff. Because all of the, well, except for this semester example, the most prominent one, which is the second semester one, happened in a history class, which is my personal favorite subject to engage in, to take classes, to learn about. There we go, to learn about. So this will occur for like the entire frickin' semester, ever since like day one, where they would just keep the cycle going. Just keep interrupting, trying to talk over this. Well, I say try, but just try to keep giving comments about the various historical topics we're discussing. And then there's the more recent example, which is this semester, where it's also a person with a speech impairment. This time it was a guy. But there are aspects about these two individuals which I've noticed, but there are some aspects that are similar and some aspects that I just don't like. That may be because of may have been because of previous actions I have taken back in my past. Are you trying to get what I'm so? Trying to give comments, trying to not really taking a while to get to the point. I struggle with that today, and I've always have been, because nowadays I try to get to a point when I'm under like a time crunch, which is like usually like a class, but freaking. So that's stuff that would be applied to me, of the whole trying to taking a while to get to a point, and or trying to comment, trying to give more insight to the class subject, and not really getting the point across for that for those comments. But it's also a thing with this semester right now. Well, I'm already doing it right now with this freaking video. But the recent example in this class, there's this guy in my humanities class, which is kind of history adjacent. We do delve into things where it's, you can relate to history, but we talk about like philosophies, origin myths, which we talked about that. But the point, but to get back to point, this guy in my humanities class, tallish, beard, like shortish beard, mustache, short hair, or short full hair. But he also has a kind of a. It takes a while for him to get to the point whenever he's commenting in during the class time. So say like say there's a statement, and the comment for someone to make to comment that statement in response to a prompt that the professor gives. Let's say the statement only takes really like 5 seconds. This guy would take probably like 10, 15, 20 seconds to get the same statement out. And the guy also carries around a freaking a sketchbook. The guy carries around a sketchbook with him, a big one too. It's like like yay big, yay wide. So I have a couple of them myself. It was a ring lock one too. And what does this have to do? Well, you'll see what I mean. At least I kind of hope that you see where I'm going with this. But it all relates back to that big idea of aspects or things or aspects of you that you notice in other people, but maybe those things you don't like about yourself, you are portraying onto others, so you can you unknowingly, you don't realize that you realize that these are, well, there are aspects about yourself that you don't like, and then you unknowingly project it out to other people, despite you doing the same thing despite you having the same aspects of that person, but you unknowingly project it out to them. But then you realize that those aspects about them apply to you as well. So like the guy has a beard, short hair, mustache, and a freaking sketchbook. Has a hard time speaking. Has a hard time getting completing his sentences fast in the classroom, and also freaking also hangs out with different what also says like some the most recent thing I noticed of the things that you really don't expect to hear during a college course is the whole like L plus ratio plus didn't care plus didn't ask plus this that and that. Well, you don't really expect to hear that in a freaking college classroom, but then this guy says it, and I see myself also doing that back then, or to towards like other people, of a friend group that I would be around if I were to do that in a school or a college campus, whatever the frick, on grounds of a educational place. And I was thinking earlier today, of why do I associate a negative connotation with these kinds of people? Why do I think of them in a negative sort of way? And then it clicked. Some of the aspects of those people, I did the same thing myself. A couple of them are positive sort of things, but a lot of them are kind of negative, or at least what I see as a negative thing. You know, like talking over the teacher, like raising your hand and trying to answer the questions like more than you should. Trying to comment on stuff that you personally find on a subject you personally find interesting, but you're just holding up the class, taking a long time to get your point across on top of everything else. Yeah, I did that. I've done that before. I've done that multiple times back then. Well, sometimes even now, but mostly back then. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. High school all the way since like back in like freaking elementary school. So this is a long problem I had. This has been an enduring problem I've had, and yeah, I don't do self reflections often. I think it's like one of the few times I've ever done a self reflection thing on myself, and yeah, I've finally come to the realization that maybe the reason why, no, actually, no, not maybe, probably the most likely reason why I associate these people negatively in my own eyes is because I'm projecting my own issue onto them, and then not liking them, or at least, well, not liking aspects of them about them when what they do in class, to and giving them my issues unknowingly, and not liking whatever they do in class because I deem that they're holding up the class, which they are. They kind of are holding up the class, but I did the same. But I did the same thing. So like I said, that's maybe why I don't like these. Well, I don't have a personal problem with them, but maybe I don't like them as classmates is because I see myself as that classmate, because I was that classmate, and probably other people thought me like that, and be like, gosh, can this guy just not do it? Can this guy just take a break, or just not speak at all unless the teacher prompts him to do it? You know, like that. And I catch myself now looking back on it. I am being that person I'm being that person to them, whereas when I was in that role, other people were probably doing it to me. So yeah, this is a self-reflection video. Yeah, I've come to the realization that I am projecting my own faults to other people, and not liking them as classmates, because I still see myself in some ways as that kind of student or person in a classroom. I don't have a problem with them personally. I don't even know. I barely even know the people. Those guys. I know their names, kind of. I remember one of their names clearly enough, but I don't remember what they are. I sort of have a vague idea what the other guy's name was, but yeah. They also tend to hang around some rather Actually, no, no. I should really rephrase that before I even say what I was about to say. They hang out with some not they hang out with not ordinary people. There we go. Not they don't hang out with any. They don't hang out with not or they hang out with not ordinary people. Either in what they identify as or just how they look in general. Where well then again, I don't hang out with an ordinary person either. I hang out with a guy who paints his nails, wears glasses, dresses like a freaking like this like you know like the stereotypical nerd from like a 90s or early 2000s movie, like plaid button shirt, maybe looks like they wear suspenders, slacks, and freaking so yeah, slacks, button and or plaid shirt and glasses, short hair, no visible facial hair, like no like obvious facial hair, but maybe like a 5 o'clock, maybe like a 5 o'clock shave, when they just finished shaving, maybe something like that at most. The quintessential like freaking nerd type person. Yeah, I hang out with that kind of person, except they have painted nails, wear some interesting enough shoes, wears a freaking puffer coat. I think that's what they're called. And he's a freaking and he's definitely not straight. So yeah. So the whole like ordinary not hang out with not ordinary people. Yeah. That's another aspect that's another aspect. So aside from the drawing bit, so the drawing bit, the interrupt, well that guy doesn't really interrupt the class or talks over the professor. That's more of that's more of the chick from the second semester. That's her deal. This guy's deal is taking a long while to get his point across. When the professor gives a certain time allotment to get your point across. So drawing not taking a bit long. What I'm doing right now, the ums, the uhs, that bit, and just stuttering. It's not stuttering, but you know what I mean. Like just not taking a bit long to talk and get your point across. Well, hang out with odd folk, and just saying weird stuff. There you go. Saying weird stuff. Taking too long to say things and get your point across. Carrying around a sketchbook just carrying out drawing materials and doing that in class, and what the frick, that's what me and the guy I am currently in class with have connecting with us. And with the other person, it's more like freaking commenting over trying to give comments, give thoughts a bit too much, almost consistently and near constantly interrupting the class to give those thoughts and comments, and just trying to be over participatory. There we go, over participatory. That's something that I mostly mostly don't do anymore, but something I did and something I didn't like doing. Looking back at it now, because I don't like it when people do it now in these classes, but I did back then. So that's probably where that connection came from. And so yeah. And what do I do to address these problems now? Well, one, I just don't talk much in class. That's really like one whole like aspect. Like I just don't. I don't participate in class. Like I don't participate in class. If I don't really talk to many people in class, because I personally feel like if I talk to someone a bit too much, they might not they might start to look at me more in a negative light, because I keep trying to talk with them about mostly not relevant stuff. Not relevant stuff, like just talk to them about random stuff. Like I feel like if I do that, if I try to talk to someone a bit too much, they're not gonna look at me positively. Even to quote unquote friends of mine, if I don't like talking to I don't like talking too much, because I feel like if I talk too much to people about stuff, really any stuff, I feel like I'm gonna be looked at negatively, because I feel like I'm gonna be annoying them because of how much I'm trying to talk with them in general. If you trying to see if you see where I'm trying to go with this, but yeah, freaking yeah, I think I got my point across, but actually not every bit, but I got one like bit down. So one aspect of me trying to address these problems is that I just don't talk much in general. Yeah, I don't talk much in general. I try not to talk much at all. I try when I do participate, I try to get out as fast as I can, but I struggle to do that a lot. So that biz now, it's not even me being nervous to talk. It's me just stumbling on my words, trying to get the point across. Unless I have like the words in front of me, I'm gonna stumble it. I'm gonna stumble over it unless I have the words right in front of me. But even then, I still stumble over my words. Let's see. There's that, and yeah, that's. I only have really two methods of dealing with these problems. But hey, self-reflection is always a good thing. So by making this video and dumping my thoughts onto it, I'll be able to try to mitigate these aspects about myself that I view as not good elements of myself. Because except for the drawing bit, the drawing bit between me and that guy, that's a positive bit, because I used to do, ever since I got into drawing, I've been drawing like ever since middle school, when I was properly taught. Well, at least I was pushed in. Well, actually no, I wasn't pushed into it. I wanted to do it, and I got my push into it because my art teacher fostered in me a love for drawing, and I still do it to this day. So that's also an example of a good teacher right there. So there's that. But yeah, the drawing bit, that's the positive bit. That's the positive aspect. The rest, not so well received aspects. But yeah, that's really it. if you somehow made it to the end of this video, well, yeah, good on you and thanks. And if this resonates with you, well, good on you. Leave your little story in the comments. And yeah, that's about it. This is going on my second. Yeah, this is going on the second channel. Main channel is not really the place for these kinds of videos, because the main channel is where I go into specifics about like arts and freaking history stuff and live streams that relate to either one of those. This channel is just to dump everything else into. But yeah, if you want to watch if you want to be on my main channel, or just watch some stuff on my main channel, I'll have it in the description down below. Yeah, that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever the frick, and I'll see. Maybe I'll see. I don't know. These don't get much views anyway. So, but if you do stick around, I'll see you in the next time I drop these videos. And goodbye.